All right, you made it. You haven't given up on me yet, or perhaps you're binge watching and you're immediately moving into the second video. That is awesome. So first, practice. Model away. The practice that we're going to focus on in this video is inspire a shared vision. Right? So if we think about it, again, each of the practices is simultaneous. They all happen at the same time, and they are sequential. We've got to first model the way. We've got to first set that example. And now, as we set the example, we can inspire a shared vision as we move people to a place they haven't yet been. So I'm glad that you're here. The first video is about 90 minutes long. The second, third, fourth, and fifth should be a little bit shorter. The first video was the introduction. So are you ready? Let's do this. So practice number 2 is inspire a shared vision. Go ahead, make the movements, inspire a shared vision as we move forward. What does that really mean? Here are the 2 commitments. First, envision the future by imagining exciting and ennobling possibilities. And then enlist others in a common vision by appealing to shared aspirations. Now let's break this down just like we have before. Envision the future by imagining exciting. So it's got to be fascinating. It's got to be thrilling. It's got to be something that we yearn for. It can't just be, oh great, I want to graduate. Now it's a goal, I know, but that's not a vision. Goals can be smart. They can be specific, realistic, measurable, attainable, timelined, and all that. And I know I didn't do that in the right order, but goals can be smart if you've heard about the SMART goals. But your vision must be fly. We like to say fascinating, lucid, and yearning. It's got to wake you up in the morning. It's got to keep you up at night. It's got to be something you daydream about when you're supposed to be doing something else. So we envision the future by imagining exciting and ennobling possibilities, something that makes us better as people. Then we enlist others in a common vision, so we have a shared vision, a common vision, by appealing to shared aspirations. So we create this common vision by deciding, where do we want to collectively go? Where do we all aspire to? Where are we moving towards? So let's dive in, right? Let's talk about vision. What is vision? Now, if you think about it, if you've ever been on the road driving, imagine right now you're driving on this road and it's getting a little foggy, as you can see. You're driving on the road, on the mountainside, and to your right side, the cliff falls right off. And to the left side, you've got more mountains and more rocky terrain. Now, as you're driving, imagine this. It gets really foggy, so much that you can't even see more than 20 feet in front of you. What do you do? What would you do if it got that foggy that quickly? I'm guessing you're going to slow down, step on the brake a little bit. If you got music blasting, you're probably going to lower the music. If you got somebody talking to you, you're going to be like, whoa, 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 I got to pay attention now. You probably put on your windshield wipers, you probably put on your fog lights, maybe some of your low lights as well. And you're going to focus and concentrate a little bit more, because it's easy when you can see really far ahead into the future, or into the future of the road where you're going to be. If you can see that far ahead, it's easy. You don't have to focus all that much because you just go. But when our vision gets foggy, we do have to take a step back and figure out, well, what's happening? Where are we going? What's making sense? What's working? What's not working? Do we need to put the windshield wipers on to clear this up a little bit? Do we need to stop others from yapping in our ear for a moment so we can concentrate? In the same way that when things get foggy on the road, they get foggy with our vision. We respond the same way. It's a great metaphor for thinking about how we work with our vision. So our vision has to be lucid. It's got to be clear. It's got to be something that you can imagine yourself in the future. Let me give you another example. Let's say that we're out going shopping for shoes, okay? We're going shopping for shoes, sneakers, whatever you want, whatever. We talked in the last video about me having a party. I'm having a party, and you're invited. You're not going to try to come, you're coming. You go to the store, you're looking for a new pair of shoes or sneakers to wear to this party because you want to impress me, okay? So you go to the shoe store and the sales clerk person comes up to you and goes, "Good afternoon, what can I do for you today?" And how do you respond? "I'm just looking," right? But they say, no, really, how can I help you? What are you looking for? And you look around, "I'm looking for shoes." What are they going to ask? What kind of shoes? What style? what size, what color, what's your budget. They're going to have a couple questions for you. And if you don't know what you want, how long does it take you to figure out what kind of shoes or sneakers you want? Probably a long time. Now let's say though that you're not foggy, you're clear now, you know what you want. You walk into that shoe store and you say, hey, this guy Joe invited me to a party, so if you're wearing a skirt, yeah, I'm looking for black stiletto heels, right? I'm looking for black stilettos. I want the shiny kind, not the dull kind. I want them to really pop out. It's okay if they've got some glittery stuff on them too. I want them to come just below my knee because I got a dress, I got a skirt that comes just above my knee, and it's the perfect height. I'm just making this up, right? But you probably think this process if you wear skirts. And I want a 3-inch heel, not 4-inch heels because it's too much for dancing, and I'm gonna dance. And I only have $14 because I'm a college student. How quickly can they tell you if they have those shoes or not? Pretty instantaneously, right? Then they're just gonna ask, what's your size? And they'll get the shoes for you. In the same way, if you're looking for regular sneakers or boots or anything else, the more clear you are with what you want, the more likely you are to get it. Have you ever met a homeless person on the street? They typically ask for change. It's pretty vague. It's not a very specific request. But when they ask for change, do you go looking through your $20 bills or your $50? You don't, never mind, we don't have $50 bills, we're college students. We're going to look through our 10s and our 20s? No. I don't know why I'm doing this. This is not where you have your wallet, right? But we don't go looking through our 10s and 20s. We go looking for change, jingling change, right? Dimes, nickels, quarters, pennies, whatever. Have you ever met somebody who asked you for a specific amount? Maybe they said, I need to get on the train. I need $4.25. Do you have anything that I could borrow? Now you go looking through your singles, right? Again, I'm with this, I don't know. You go looking through your singles because they asked you for something specific. You don't get what you don't ask for. If you've ever been on a plane before, they give you that tiny little cup, right? And they fill it with ice. And by the time they pour whatever apple juice or water or ginger ale into that cup, you have this much liquid, like 2 ounces of liquid. I always get more than 2 ounces of liquid because I ask for the can. You don't get what you don't ask for, and I always get a can. The more clear you are with what you want, the more likely you are to get it. So let's get clear on what we want. Here are the behaviors of inspiring a shared vision. First, look ahead and communicate the future. You don't have to be a visionary, but great leaders are champions of the vision. You don't have to know where we're going or how to get there, but when you connect with somebody that does, make sure that you continue to communicate the bigger picture, the brighter picture, the fascinating, lucid, yearning vision. Describe ideal capabilities. What is it that we need to do to meet that vision? What specifically can we do to make it happen? Talk about how the future could be better. Right? Nobody wants to hear, yes, we are miserable every now and then, and misery likes company, and we do like to complain, and we do like BMW, bitching, moaning, and whining, right? But nobody really wants to imagine a future where things are worse than they are right now. So talk about how the future could be better. Another behavior, show others how their interests can be realized. So we've got shared aspirations, this collective vision, a shared vision. How can their individual wants and needs be fulfilled as we move towards this bigger vision? Be upbeat and positive. Self-explanatory, right? That's pretty easy. And lastly, communicate purpose and meaning. What is the purpose of this vision? Where is it headed? What does it mean to us? What does it mean to us collectively as a group, a team, an organization, a relationship? And what does it mean to us individually? How will we be personally impacted by this? So if these are the behaviors, it all starts with inspiring a shared vision. So let's ask the vision question now. What idea, feeling, or aspiration grabs a hold of you and won't let go? What's your primary message? What's the thing that you stand for? Or another way to ask the question is, what do you want people to see when they think about the future? Think about these 3 questions in this context. We want to reflect on the past, attend to the present, and imagine the future. So sometimes to figure out the future, we need to look back at the past. Or we need to look at our current situation and figure out where are we and where do we want to be? Where have we been and where are we going? So here are the questions again. I want you to think about it and write down some answers now for yourself. This isn't something you're doing for me, it's something we do for you. So what idea, feeling, or aspiration grabs a hold of you and won't let go? What is something you constantly think about? You think about it when you wake up, you think about it at night, and I'm not saying weird, creepy stuff, but what good things, what positive visions are you having that you just can't shake? You can't get it away. You can't stop thinking about it. What can't other people get you to stop talking about? What's your primary message? What's that thing that you focus on constantly? And lastly, what do you want people to see when they think about the future? So if you haven't started writing now, start writing. What do you want people to see when they think about the future? In your relationship, in your organization, your clubs, the teams, the groups that you're a part of. What is that shared vision? It has to start with someone, so let it start with you. Take a moment and write down these thoughts. You're going to hear my voice, but more importantly, you need to hear your voice. What is it that you want? It could be 6 months from now, it could be 6 years from now. But don't think 60 years from now. Don't think like bucket list items and lifelong goals. Your life goals will change. They're going to change with every major life event, actually. When you graduate college, your life goals are going to change. When you get your first job, your life goals are going to change. When you get into your future significant other relationship, or maybe you're there, your life goals will change. When you get married, your life goals change. If you change jobs, your life goals change. When you have kids, you have no life goals anymore. You now have kids' goals. Until you get back your life when they're 10 or 12 years old and they're able to do things for themselves and they don't want mommy and daddy anymore. What's most important to you? What do you want over the next couple of years? Write down a few things as a part of any relationship, any team, club, group, organization you're a part of. My wife and I ask this question of each other every couple of months to check in if the vision has changed. We have a vision board, so we write down all the things that we want on that vision board over the next 4 years. We look at 4 years in my relationship and in collegiate empowerment, because 4 years, let's think about it. High school's 4 years, college is 4 years. We elect a president every 4 years. The Olympics are every 4 years. There's 4 seasons, earth, wind, water, fire. There's 4 elements. 4 is everywhere. I can go on and on and on. So what's got to happen for you over the next 4 years for you to feel happy and successful about your progress? Think about how old you'll be 4 years from now. Totally different way of looking at it, isn't it? All right. So I know you're probably writing down or at least thinking about a few things that you want. Continue to get clearer on those ideas, feelings, aspirations, that primary message, or what people see when you communicate the future to them. What is it that they're going to get from the experience of being a part of your team, your club, your organization, your relationship? What is the vision? And how can we inspire a shared vision? Take a moment, wrap up some of your thoughts. Reflect on the past, attend to the present, and take the time now to imagine the future. Anything is possible. I mean, we've seen things from the slap chop to the Snuggie, and the Snuggie is a robe that people put on backwards. And then Snuggies for parents, they cut a hole in the circle so the kid's face can be there. It's kind of weird, but if they can do that, you can do anything. What is that vision of yours? Take a final moment, wrap up your thoughts, make sure it's clear, make sure it's fascinating, make sure it's something that you yearn for. Don't just say, I want to graduate. Everyone wants to graduate. What's going to make your graduation special for you? Take a moment, wrap up those thoughts. Once you're done, take a deep breath in and release. There's a magical thing that happens when you put pen to paper. So make sure you take more time. That's the assignment. the kind of assignment, I know I didn't assign it, but I wanted you to start thinking about your values from video 1. In this video, I want you to continue getting more clear on your vision so that you can ultimately inspire a shared vision. Model the way, inspire a shared vision. Next up, challenge the process. I will see you in video number 3. Have a wonderful time until then. It might be a moment, it might be a week. Have a great time. Let's focus on the Student Leadership Challenge experience. Thanks for being here. See you in a bit.